Hi guys, it's very early. Good morning. You can see I have my coffee today. It's a must. I actually got this mug. Doulas need coffee. I got this mug from 100% Doula. Love Alice Turner. If you've never heard of it, you can check them out on YouTube. Just look up 100% Doula and I'm sure you'll find plenty of Alice's videos. So I jumped on here today because my phone is going off. I want to take a look. I jumped on here today because really I wanted to do this video yesterday, but I was beat. I was exhausted. I haven't gotten much sleep this week. On Tuesday night, I had a grueling labor that lasted throughout Wednesday night. It was a very emotional labor. I was very happy to be a part of this birth experience, like all the birth experiences that I'm happy to be a part of. But this one was particularly special because this mother was attempting to do a vaginal delivery after having 2 cesareans. We call that a TULAC. It's a trial of labor after cesarean. Normally, physicians and midwives are more than willing to do a trial of labor after cesarean on women who have had 1 cesarean. In this case, my client had 2 cesareans, which is really, really rare for a woman to be able to try to have a vaginal birth after a cesarean if it's 2 cesareans. So she knew what she was up against when she was pregnant. When she first found out that she was pregnant, she knew what she was up against. And so she began the search for a physician or a midwife who would be on board with what her plan was for this 3rd delivery. And although she'd been with the same practice for the first 2 births, she was more than willing to make the changes needed in order to get this experience that she knew she really wanted. And so her and her husband searched and searched, and it took them, about a month, and they were able to settle with the George Washington University, the midwives that are at George Washington University Hospital Center. And those midwives were like, of course you can do it, which was the complete opposite of what all the other physicians and midwives that she'd interviewed with had said to her. So she did that, and then she went and looked for a doula, me, and she began to plan her birth experience and make sure that all people who were going to be there were on board with what she wanted. So the reason why I'm making this video today is not only to share her experience. Yes, she did have a vaginal delivery and it was excellent. It was so beautiful. But more importantly, I wanted to touch on how important it is to make sure as soon as possible that if you're planning on having children, and even if you're not, because you could still end up pregnant even if you're not planning to, that you go on ahead and search out the physicians or the midwives that are on board with what your philosophy for labor and childbirth and pregnancy is. It is vitally important for you securing the birth experience that you want. And so I can't stress that enough. Do all you can. Make a list of the things that are important to you. And treat it like you're looking to hire somebody for a job, because really, when you have OBGYN, when you have any doctor, you are basically employing them. Yeah, they get a paycheck from their office or from whatever patients come in to visit them. But if you are an active patient of theirs, then you need to treat that very seriously, and you need to make sure that you're not just going there because of their reputation. You're not just going there because, they're popular and you've heard great things about them. You need to be on the same page with your medical staff. So I highly recommend that prior to you getting pregnant, you make sure that your women's care physician or midwife, that they are completely on the same philosophical page as you. And that will cut down so much of your stress and a couple of the activities that you'll have to do in making sure that you have the right physicians when you actually are pregnant. So if you don't get to that point, of course, maybe you're watching this video or you're hearing about choosing a medical staff that's on the same page as you prior to already conceiving. It's never too late. When I was pregnant with my third child, I switched my physician. I was seeing an OBGYN, and I switched care in my 7th month of pregnancy. I was nearly 8 months pregnant, and I called my insurance company and I said, look, it's not working out. Why? Because that OBGYN she ran screenings that I asked her not to run. And I was very upset about that. Your medical choices, your body, your choice. And I really encourage you to advocate for yourself in that way. This mom, when she would have given up on herself, we did not give up on her. And that was something that was super important for her. We knew. And yeah, I just can't stress it enough. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me, send me an email, shannonserrano@live.com. Or, you could respond to this video if you have any comments. I'm sorry I had to keep this really brief today because I'm really busy. I'm running from one place to the next, which is why I need coffee, because I just don't get sleep. It was funny. My client's husband on Wednesday, after me having been up for about 20 hours, he's like, I thought you were a robot. Like, you're just working, and you seem to never sleep. Dual life. Bye, guys. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend, and hope to hear from you.